What's going on, people? Welcome to the player ratings after Man United have beaten Brighton 3-2 in, let's be honest, a mad game. It had everything in it. We've got all the latest reactions from the fans, and now it is time to judge the players out of 10, as we normally do on the player ratings, to get some context as to who actually played well in this mad game and who actually did play really badly. There's a lot of contenders for people who played badly, obviously, because it was a bad performance. But there's usually, a diamond in the rough, as they say, a diamond in the dirt. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone who really shines. So let's see if we can find that. And with Junior, Cam, and Xander. Xander, we'll start with you.
Yeah, man.
David De Gea.
I hate starting. The player ratings get easier as they go on because you get a grip of what the other players are so you can compare them. But starting, I've got no idea. I'm going to go with a 4. I'll wrap it up quickly. But basically, I think obviously he conceded 2 goals and there was a couple of moments. I don't know if you remember. The ball came over the top and he went to get it, but he got pushed out the way and the foul was given. But there wasn't much contact there, man.
He never got touched.
Yeah, exactly.
Lallana, wasn't it?
On another day, I think it was Newcastle last season or something. On another day, that cost Everton. That costs us, And so for that, I'm going to give him a 4. Yeah.
Cam, do you agree with 4?
Yeah, I think I'd maybe give him a 5 for that save at the end. But again, that was straight at him, so it wasn't really difficult save. I think, Xander's right. Like, if we're going to concede so many crosses, we need a keeper who's going to do better from crosses. We need a defence who can do better from them. So, yeah, he wasn't great today. So I think a 4 or 5 is probably justified.
Which one?
5 for me.
He was like 4 or 5 or 45. I'm not really sure. Yeah. No. Junior, what are you giving him?
I'll give him a 4. I agree with Xander. I think from crosses, that's his weakness. It's the same. Any ball in the air, I think, is a weakness. It was like that when he first came to the club. He was always, his crosses was his weak point. He seems to be scared when there's people challenging him.
Yeah.
And against the lower teams, they're going to put a lot of crosses. Your Burnleys, those lower teams will throw crosses at you, and he's gonna hurt us throughout the season. We should have got rid of him.
Especially when Lindelof crosses.
Junior, hold on a sec. Junior, you're saying that you should have been Henderson right now. De Gea shouldn't even be there.
No, we shouldn't have given that 350 grand a week contract. That's what I'm saying.
So when
Van Gaal was going to get rid of him.
Said no, go.
Yeah, Van Gaal was going to get rid of him. Van Gaal was going to sell him. Yeah, Van Gaal was going to get rid of him. He brought in Romero. He dropped him.
I don't think he wanted to sell him because he wanted to sell him. I think he was going because De Gea wanted to go to Real Madrid.
Yeah, he didn't want to sign his contract, but at the same time, he wasn't worth it.
I think he's been worth it. I think that contract has been worth it.
350 grand a week for a goalkeeper.
Mate, the guy's been unbelievable. Like, I know, last season he wasn't good, and going forward, he's only got another 1 or 2 years left of his contract.
Xander,
yeah, man.
Xander, since he signed that contract, has he played well?
When did
I'm not on about before he signed the contract.
When did he sign the contract?
About 2 years ago, was it?
No. He signed
a year ago. Last season, wasn't it? Last season, yeah.
Last season.
Last season, he got that 350
I thought you were talking about Van Gaal time. Van Gaal time since then.
I'm saying since he's had that contract.
A new contract. He ain't had it long. He's probably had it about 6 months.
Yeah. It's been longer than that. It's been longer than that, I think.
Anyway, all right. Let's say it's been a year. In that case,
it hasn't been worth it.
He's not been worth it, but I don't think to sell him straight away. And also, if you think about it, then what he's on. If you're saying he's on 350 grand a week and he's just signed his contract, to get rid of him is going to be very, very difficult. Do you know what I mean? So in that case, if you just stick him in, and then what I said to Flex in the pre-season, I said, let him play. If he does well, fantastic. We've got a brilliant keeper. If he doesn't, bring Henderson into it. We've got that option now.
And then we're going to end up with another Alexis Sanchez, isn't it? A player on 350 grand a week. We don't.
He signed that deal in September 19.
Right. Okay, that was
a year ago.
A year ago, yeah.
A year ago, and 350 grand a week.
Right, since then, yeah.
And he had an awful season last year. All right, let's keep it moving anyway. Yeah, Cam, Wan-Bissaka.
Honestly, give him a 3. He was really, really bad today. He was constantly too flat, in line with the rest of the defence. He didn't offer any way of passing the ball forward. His first touch was pretty much always backwards. He was a pressing trigger for the opponents. He kept losing possession. I think it was him that lost the ball in the lead up to the
Yeah,
and it was just he just played really badly. I think obviously, he's lacking match fitness, but he's just not doing the basics right at the moment, and that's really worrying from a fan's point of view, to be honest. Probably as well from Ole's point of view.
Junior.
Yeah, I agree with the 3. He was poor today, but I do think he had no help from his winger. Wasn't helping him back. So he's all over the place. Didn't know whether to go to the one man or go to the other man. He just didn't know where to be. I'll give him a 3 as well.
That's all that coaching.
A low 3. Coaching, you're right. A low 3.
It's just not drilled. Xander, would you agree with 3?
Nah, 4 from me. I think he wasn't good, and there was times where he was out of position a lot of the time actually, and he didn't have help. But as you said, I don't think he had help from his winger, and also there's a couple of times where it was still 1-on-1, and he still pulled it out the bag. Like, he's still Spider-Man in the sense that he can wrap his legs round and he blocked the cross, and he was winning his 1-on-1s a lot of the time. But it was his positional play today that disappointed me. But 4 from me, yeah.
Got a stupid yellow card from me as well in the first half. I'm like, why are you trying to win it all the time? Like, I know he's great at sliding in, but the yellow card he picked up was just a yellow card, or was it just a foul? That was a yellow, wasn't it?
I can't remember, man.
But it was a stupid foul anyway that allowed them to cross from a wide position near the touchline.
We need to talk about crosses as well. I mean, back post crosses, he was just losing his man every time. We saw it against Sevilla. He keeps doing it. It's a lot of right backs do it nowadays because I don't think it's coached particularly well. They're not used to getting in the right positions. But I don't know why he's always in the wrong areas on the back post at crosses. So he needs to work on that quickly. Like, you can't keep making the same mistakes at United. You just can't keep doing that. Make it once, but you can't do it again and again. It's not acceptable. Again, the coaching. He needs to be coached.
Yeah. We're not seeing it. It's almost like he's doing that right back thing where you're told when the ball's on the other side, yeah, you do tuck in to cover your centre back. You do, but it's like he's overdoing that. He's leaving so much. He's not getting the balance right for me.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. He's a great player. I trust in Wan-Bissaka. I think he's just had a couple of poor.
He's still young. He's
at the Rona as well. Don't forget.
Yeah. Listen, but on today, I think I agree with a 4. Yeah, 3. There's not really much difference in it. 3 and a 4 there, guys. Let us know what you guys think at home. Junior, Lindelof, a lot of people said he shouldn't have started today. A lot of people wanted to see Baye. I know you was one of them. We did see Lindelof. Did he have a horrible game, though, or was he steady for you?
No, Lindelof was better than Maguire today. I think I'll give Lindelof a high 5. I don't want to give nobody a 6 because I don't think any of the players deserves a 6 today. Maybe 1 or 2 deserve a 6, but I'll give him a high 5. He played well. He did play well. He had Maguire next to him, doesn't help. I think Maguire was poor today, so I'll give Lindelof about a 5. He did some good blocks, and he was there. He was doing his best, but he's not much of a player anyway. I don't rate him. So.
Yeah. Junior's going to be harsh on these, mate. Trust me. Cam, what are you saying about Lindelof today?
Yeah, I can go with a 5. I think he was okay. Nothing special, but he was a lot better than last week. No horror shows. But then again, he wasn't facing a particularly physical striker, so maybe you wouldn't have expected that. So, yeah, I think 5 is probably justified.
Yeah. Xander, do you see your boy Lindelof? I know what you think about Lindelof on the best of times. I know you didn't want him to start today. He did.
I'm trying to think about what he did, mate.
Yeah.
What did he? What am I judging him off, man? I can't remember what he did bad or good, to be honest with you, which probably tells you.
He had a few balls coming into the box and he blocked them.
He did.
Yeah,
where I think Trossard got round someone and they whipped it in, and he took it down to Harry Maguire with his left foot. That was a good inception.
All right, we'll go with 5 then. I can't honestly. I'm so bad at remembering what's happened in the game.
You just don't like looking at Lindelof because you don't like him. You never.
I'll blag my way through most of these. I'll brag my way through life, to be honest. Anyway, 5 from me, man.
All right. Staying with you, Xander. Harry Maguire. Can you remember anything about him?
Oh, what did he do?
He did do?
That's the penalty. We got a goal. Well, it was an own goal, but he kicked the foot that kicked the ball.
Oh, yeah, he scored the goal, man, basically. Yeah, give him a 6.
No, it's own goal.
I don't know. No. Give him a 4 or 5 again. I just think 4. I think 4, probably. But because I think we were just so bad defensively. None of these players in the defence, I think, deserve over a 5. Do you know what I mean? They're all subpar. So, 4 from me for Maguire.
Okay, interesting. Cam, what are you saying for Maguire?
Yeah, I think I'd probably give him a 5 because he was more of a threat from set pieces. And looking from last season, it's something that I really wanted to see more of because we don't see anywhere near enough from going forward from set pieces.
Even the penalty at the end, that was him to an extent.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So.
Exactly. He was a nuisance from set pieces and defensively he wasn't great. I want to see more of his leadership. I want him telling if Wan-Bissaka's not in the right place, he needs to be shouting at Wan-Bissaka to go there and he needs to be organising that defence. And we don't see much evidence of it. So defensively, he wasn't good. But just for the improvement in set pieces, he gets a 5 from me.
Junior?
4. I'm not going to give him a 5. I'm not going to give him a 5. I think, the set pieces, but he's not an attacker, he's a defender. And defensively today, he was poor. His pace got showed up a lot today as well. And there was one incident where he actually tried to kick the ball and run round. Was it Morpay? And Morpay beat him to the ball. I thought, oh my life.
Did you see that other one where we was in an attacking position and it was a foot race between him and a defender before it was going to go for a throw?
Yeah.
And running around. I was like, he's never going to get there.
I think his passing was better today, though, lads. I think what was it? It was for one of the goals. I think it was for one of their penalties. I can't remember. It was one of their goals, or one of the goal instances. He made a really nice pass and he switched it straight through the middle of the field.
Yeah, I remember the diagonal pass.
Yeah, it was really nice, and he did a couple of times today when I thought he played quite nicely out from the back. So, because we've got to judge what we criticise him on. If he's
it's got to be all in this game. Put in all the ingredients of his performance. And
do you know what I mean? So yeah, I just thought it'd be worth saying that it was because he was poor last week and he's been poor recently on the ball. So I think it's notable to say that he did better on the ball.
Okay, so
but the thing is, when I judge Harry Maguire, I judge him on that £80 million price tag, and I don't care whether we overpaid for him. We still paid 80 million, and he's not. And according to that price tag, the same as Pogba gets judged by his price tag, is poor. He's poor.
Okay, staying with you, Jay. Left back Luke Shaw today.
I think Luke Shaw out of the defence had the best game. I mean, he was under pressure by the two players are coming down his side. I mean, we didn't see what's the young kids down. Lamptey, is it?
Yeah, Lamptey.
Yeah, we didn't see him pressure Shaw too much. Is Shaw defence, isn't he? He's like the deodorant. Shaw. He's safe. Defensively, he's sound. He's sound defensively. Nobody makes a mug out of him, really.
Yeah,
defensively, and he's up against two all the time. I mean, Rashford never tracked back and helped him either. So I think he had a good game. To be fair, I'll give him probably 6. Yeah, 6. I'll give him a 6.
Okay, Cam.
I give him 4. I don't think he was very good. I think going forward, especially his passes were often wayward. He wasn't precise enough for me. I think he should have probably stopped the cross coming into the box for the goal. I think he could have done a lot more defensively, to be honest, as well. I think
that's because he had 2 players against him, though. Don't you think that's because he had 2 players against him? He wasn't getting no help. Neither fullbacks were getting help. But I think he had a better game.
I think that is partly coaching as well. Like, I think for when you're playing against a system like this, we need to get our fullbacks higher, pin their fullbacks back, and stop them coming forward. Then we've actually got a shot. Like, if we're making a back 3 anyway, quality-wise, we can afford to just push the fullbacks a little bit further because we're better than them and try and pin them back. And then you wouldn't have such big problems because Shaw and Wan-Bissaka have got good recovery pace. So if players make runs out wide, they can get back, recover, and tackle. We didn't see it today, and it cost us ultimately a couple of goals, and it could have been a different result on a different day. So I think Shaw, especially in that left-back role, he's just not being very inspired. I just don't rate Shaw at the moment, got to be honest.
Cool. Don't let Marquis say that. Xander.
Yeah, I rate Shaw.
Yeah, I mean,
not right now.
Junior don't rate a lot of players, and
I like Shaw. I just think Shaw's confidence got shot by Mourinho. That's all. I mean, when under Van Gaal, Shaw was world class. I would say he was world class under Van Gaal. I remember before he broke his leg, we was top of the league.
I agree with that.
Memphis Depay was doing bits on that wing.
It was when Shaw was actually making forward runs, overlapping quickly. Yeah. He wasn't having to check himself.
His game's been ruined.
He was just doing it.
His game's been ruined. His game's been ruined by Mourinho. Mourinho's shot his confidence completely. Yeah. I think if Shaw can get back to how he was playing when we signed him, you're talking a serious left back there.
Okay, I think he's at his side. I think he is our best left back, but I still think we need better in that position. Xander, a 6 there from Junior and a 4 from Cam. I did think he had a good game today. I thought he was quite bright. I thought he was aggressive. I thought he won defensively sound. But what did you make of him?
I'm going to give him a 5 because I think he was defensively sound, so he sort of did what he had to do. Maybe 5 to 6, and more towards that end. But I think going forward, often we see like in Luke Shaw, I think his end product is always a question, I think, because sometimes his crosses don't get to their man, even though, that might be because we don't have too many people in the box for him to, get on the end of the crosses. The crosses are wayward sometimes, and the shots, I mean, he scored, 1 goal in his career or 2? But the shots are poor. I know he's not there to do that, but what I'm saying, his end product is always poor. But even the runs today, we didn't really see him getting into the box. Maybe that was a sort of indication of what sort of team we were playing today, what we were playing like. But yeah, 5 from me, 5-6 average.
Yeah, I would have given him a 6 today. I thought he was bright. I thought he played quite well. And and also I think when we won the free kick before half time, that was him driving forward, making things happen, being aggressive, trying to get past his man. And I just thought he was quite bright. Okay, into midfield. Cam, we'll go with you. Paul Pogba.
Oh, he was honestly, Pogba was absolutely awful today. I don't think he defensively didn't work hard enough. I mean, maybe you can put that down to fitness, but it wasn't good enough defensively. He misplaced far too many passes. I just don't think he was very good at all. I think he should have been taken off of Van der Beek a lot earlier, dropped Bruno to a deeper role, and we've had more threat all of the game. But I think he was lacking in every single area of his game today, so I'm going to give him a 4. I don't think he deserves higher than that, to be honest.
Yeah, even for lacking in all them areas, I think 4's might even be a bit generous.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Junior, how did you see Paul Pogba's performance?
Well, I'm a Paul Pogba fan, but today he let me down.
Same.
Yeah, it seemed a yard off the pace, to be honest with you. I think that's what it is. And then when he's a yard off the pace, he's playing so deep, he's a liability because defensively he's poor anyway.
Yeah,
I think Pogba is being wasted in that position. It's not his position. I know he does it for France, but France has got Kante and all them other players around him, which gets him out of prison, so he doesn't show. He gets more time on the ball, and Pogba needs time on the ball, so you need to push him further forward because you can't have him having time on the ball at the edge of our own box because if he loses it there, it's straight onto our goal. You know what I mean? So I'll give him a 2.
Ooh.
He was that bad today. He was bad.
Was, man.
A 2 or a 3.
Terrible.
He really was bad.
Giving the ball away.
Too much times. Yeah. Xander, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'll give him a 3. I think he was just so poor, man. And he's like, Pogba makes things look easy because he does things effortlessly. When it's going well, that's fantastic because you're like, oh, this man's a Rolls Royce. But when it's not going well and he still has that almost like effortless look to him, it just doesn't go down well, does it? And I think he was giving so many fouls away. Did you notice that at the beginning of the game, first half? The guy was just giving them like it was going out of fashion. Like
it's the same against Crystal Palace, who was giving away a lot of fouls.
Yeah, man. That was poor. And then the same again, similarly to Crystal Palace, his passing. That's one thing that we all think is one of Paul Pogba. I think that's Paul Pogba's best asset is his passing, and it's just off at the moment. I don't know what that is, fitness, whatever, preparation. Maybe his head's not in it. I don't know, man, but he was so poor. 3 from me today.
Yeah, I think look, there is always a defense of Paul Pogba, and like Junior says, I'm one of his biggest fans, and I will always back him. You know, when people were getting on his back saying, "Why is he going to a wedding dancing and all this?" I just call them people prats. Like I don't understand that. Do you know what I mean? But because I know ball, I will also say when he's not been playing well, and some of the things he does wrong, and you know what, you can't really defend it. People might say, "Oh, it's the system." I don't blame Pogba for playing crap in that. I wouldn't want to be there either. He should just leave. But unfortunately, you got to take care of your own performance, bro. You've got to take care of your own performance. And if you're giving away 5-yard, 10-yard passes, you're contributing.
So frustrating, man.
You're contributing to the shit performance. You can say I've won World Cups and I've done all this, but I don't see De Bruyne giving away 10-yard passes, 5-yard passes. I don't even see Ward-Prowse keep doing that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, I'm not saying Ward-Prowse and Pogba in the same breath, but what I'm saying is efficiency. I keep saying it. All I want to see Pogba do, because he can do the rest, is do the simple things consistently. Like I sound like such a broken record, but he's proving my point at the moment, and he's getting to me. He's getting to me because I love him, and I want him to do so well. But he's doing the basics.
But Flex, wouldn't you say that's because he's playing that deep role? Because when he's playing, because Pogba's game is getting onto the ball and running with it and driving with it and making something happen, but he doesn't need to do that in that position he's playing. He just needs to pop it off. 1 touch, 2 touch. That's all he needs to do. But that's not his game.
But I don't think you can blame the fact that he's misplacing 5-yard passes and the fact that he's sitting deeper. His strengths might not come out in the way that we want to, i.e., we're not seeing the best Paul Pogba, but that doesn't forgive the the inaccuracy to his standard passes,
It's again multi-layered, like Man United as an issue. There's so many different parts, and if we're talking just about Paul Pogba, the system's not getting the best out of him, but he's not also getting the best out of himself because he's doing the basics.
But also, that tells you how good Bruno Fernandes is. That Bruno Fernandes is making Paul Pogba sit deeper. He's that good, Bruno. Like I know he wasn't.
I don't think he had a.
No. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's that good today. But overall, the fact that Bruno's come in and been that good in that position tells you how good he is. And go on.
No, carry on, then. I'll talk.
Yeah, I just don't know how we're gonna fit I think the idea of Pogba, Bruno, and Matic is a nice idea, and it worked well towards the last stage of last season. But I don't know. Paul Pogba's best position for me is no doubt just like running into the box, making late runs, getting on the end of goals. We saw that when Solskjaer first came in; it was phenomenal. Then making things happen on the edge of the box. What Bruno is doing now, and the fact that we've got Bruno in. And he's done so well. I don't see. I think we're doing square pegs and round holes at the moment with him.
I think Pogba plays better in Bruno's position than Bruno does.
You think?
I know that sounds controversial. Well, he did before. His numbers were way better than Bruno's. Bruno's were all penalties. Pogba scored 19 goals when Solskjaer first came in.
He took a lot of penalties that year.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Oh,
he took a lot of penalties.
Not as many as Bruno, and his assist is his best ever season. Pogba had it when Solskjaer came in. It was his best ever season.
He was brilliant. He was good there, but I do remember him taking a lot
quality. But you got to remember when Bruno came in, we had a lot of players coming back from injury, so it made it look like it was just Bruno.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but it wasn't. A lot of players were coming back. Okay, Marcel came back.
We'll keep it moving, guys. We'll pick up the pace. So a 2 and a 3 for Pogba there. Let us know what you guys are saying at home. Match it, Sander.
Who, Matic?
Yeah.
5, 6. I think he was good. But when the defense, like the midfield and the defense, when basically anything behind the attack is as open as it was, you've got to question all the midfielders to an extent, you know. But I did think he did well today. But he's just got to shore it up slightly more for me. So 5 or 6.
Which one?
Oh yeah, sorry. 5.
Cam?
I give him a 6. I think he was a little bit slow in the tackle, but again, the defense looks a little bit better than it did against Palace. I think the team seemed to flow a little bit more, so I'll give him a bit of credit in there. He did okay, made a few good challenges, but yeah, he wasn't brilliant. So I think a 6 is probably fair enough.
Does he have to keep playing for you?
Oh, definitely, easily. I mean, I think going back to the Pogba-Bruno thing with Matic as well, I mean, there's a reason the number 10 position seems to be slowly disappearing from football, and it's because that job is really quite difficult to do. Linking the play and you stay in the middle. So if you've got 2 players there, like City do, they play with 2 8s in that space, one can drift and then one can sit, and there's always someone in that role to link the defence and the attack. And if we've got Pogba and Bruno in those positions, we'll be so much better off, because then Bruno can drift. And we've still got.
I agree. Totally agree.
We'll get the best
I've been saying this all the time. But we can't do it because we got Matic playing as a pivot. He's too slow to play.
Okay, then in that case, why not Declan Rice or Fred? Yeah, even use Fred.
Fred did it against Sevilla.
Yeah, but I think Fred does get a little bit drawn out too easily, so he does go and press the ball far too much sometimes and leaves a gap. But I guess maybe Bruno can track back. We'll have to see it work against some of the smaller teams.
Oh, I like that from Fred, though. You know, sometimes. I like that from Fred. The fact, like, even though he does get a space every now and again, and I know Flex will move it on. But I like that from Fred. I just want to say that he does press it. He is busy. He does make things happen. He does go win the ball back. Anyway, Flex, on to the next player.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you giving him, Junior?
Matic. I'll give him a 6. He's very close. He was very close to shore for my man of the match as well. Yeah. He played well. He did play well.
I agree with that.
He did shield the back four well. He does do that well. I think having Pogba next to him doesn't help him, though. I think he plays better when Fred's next to him.
Pogba is actually a player who would actually leave Matic exposed, if you get what I mean.
Hard enough.
You know what I mean? Okay, Xander, coming to you. Let's go to Bruno Fernandes.
I gave him a man of the match in the whatever that the fan forum thing, and I think he played. Listen, 3 goal contributions. You know, the cross was a fantastic cross, and I think there was another cross. I think
when Martial missed it.
That was a great cross. Like, I know he didn't play well, maybe in his overall game, gave the penalty away, had instances where he was just sort of a bit sloppy at times. But that cross for Martial, the cross for the goal, the pass to Rashford was just spectacular. It really, that was such a good pass, man. And then the goal, and then at the end, the penalty. That's do you know the pressure on that goal there? Like, to imagine we didn't score that things would be even more mental than they are now, mate. So yeah, for me, 7 for me because he's my man of the match. So 7 for me.
Junior,
Bruno Fernandes, 7.
Yeah.
You see how many times he gave the ball away in the first half and allowed them to have counter attacks.
What about the impact of what he's had on the overall game, though? The stay he's had in the scoreline. Is that a valid reason to push him up a bit?
Not to a 7. I don't think anybody deserves a 7 in our team today.
I'm just basing that off the fact that I think I gave someone else a 6. This is what I'm saying. Is why it's different.
You started off badly. Okay, we let you off.
Yeah, but I think I'll give someone else a 6. So if I give someone else a 6, I'm thinking he's my man of the match. I'll give him a 7. But if I can shuffle the other things round and bring him down to a 6, I would. But I've just got him the best. I've got to give him the best score.
Let's start again. Let's start again for Xander.
Well, what you give him, Jaden? 6?
I'll give him a 5. Because I would have given him a 3. I would have given him a 3 up until the penalty. I'm telling you, I don't think he played well. Apart from the cross, like you said, for Harry Maguire's from the corner for Harry Maguire to nearly score and the penalty. I don't think he had a poor game. He gave the ball away a lot. I was watching him give the ball away over and over and over again. People talk about Pogba giving the ball away. He does it more, and he does it more consistently. Gives the ball away. If
Martial gives the ball away, but gets hat-trick, we all go, brilliant. Bruno gave the ball away today, but got hat-trick in the sense of, I think all those goals were a lot. He was a huge part of them. So in that case, I know it's not good, but if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have won today.
Yeah, but against better teams, we'll get punished because he gives the ball away. There's times when he just needs to hold the ball and he flicks it. Yeah. He flicks it when he just hold it.
Team, but just only in today's game, though, because this rating is on.
Today's game, like I said, he was getting a 3 off me.
You would have given him a 3, but because of his involvement, you gave him a 5. So your terminology for your way of working out actually is correct. It's just that you've just not gone as high as Xander within that range, isn't it? Okay, Cam, what are you saying?
I think I'll give him a 7. I think, he gave the ball away a lot. He had good contributions. But one thing I was quite impressed by were quite a few times the ball sort of came to him slowly. It was a rolling ball. And he hit it to the right for Greenwood into his path really nicely. And it seems like it should be a really basic thing to do. And it is. But so many players get that wrong, get the way to pass wrong. And he got it right. And it did launch a few attacks for us. And it was just nice to see that he's doing some little things like that. Just he's getting them right. And
there was like a no-look pass. Sorry, mate. Sorry to cut you off. Go on. Sorry.
No, you go for it.
I was going to say, there was a no-look pass into Martial straight down the centre, through the middle of the pitch.
Oh, yeah.
On the edge of the box. Bro, that was such a good pass, man. And if Martial gets that right, bang, it's another goal. But what I will say is, to back you up, Junior, the last-minute goal for Brighton. Where was he? What was he doing then? Lost his man. Yeah. So, he contributed 3 goals.
He got a penalty as well.
Yeah, but he also cost. Mate, he got 5 goals today.
It's man of the match then. So Cam, you're going with a 7. Yeah, I see why you guys are going with the 7. But it's an uncomfortable 7 for me.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Only because he was giving the ball away. He was poor on the ball. But when you have as much say over the scoreline in the end as that, it's difficult not to kind of go with the higher thing, because if he doesn't dispatch the penalty with a cool head, which he's been doing for us since day dot, if he doesn't thread that ball through to the right with the right weight for Rashford, it's not a direct assist, it's like a hockey assist. Yeah. And if he doesn't whip that ball in with good quality for the goal before half time, he doesn't really have a say on the game. So yeah, all right, cool. I can see why you guys go with 7. Cam, let's go with left wing Rashford.
This is a really difficult one. I think I'll give him maybe a 6. I think he was decent, but there are a few times when he was offside and he should have held his run. It was quite basic. He did really well for the goal. Fair play to him. That was class. Yeah. And he had a couple of other nice finishes. But at the same time, he was offside and he really shouldn't have been. He had no excuse. Looking the whole way across the line.
Yeah.
At times, maybe lost the ball a little bit too easily. He just wasn't quite as sharp. And he made some wrong decisions again when he could have maybe taken someone around the outside when he's faster, and he cut in and lost the ball. I think he's not quite back to his fitness yet. But what is pleasing is that he's actually taking people on now. He's running, which is, since lockdown, really, since he came back from his injury, he hasn't been too much. So it looks like he's going in the right direction, back to his best. But yeah, good finish. So I think overall 6. Areas to improve, definitely.
Do you agree with 6?
5. I wouldn't give him a 6. I think, again, he was offside a lot. Times when we could probably... He scored a goal when he was offside, remember? And he shouldn't have been offside there. It was so easy for him.
That was Greenwood, I think. That was Greenwood.
No, Greenwood done one.
Rashford scored.
Oh, was it?
That would have been an assist from... Was it Luke Shaw who knocked it back to him? I can't remember who it was.
But good kind of play.
Yeah, he should have stayed on side for that. And he was offside quite a lot.
Flex, what did you say?
It was us. Good pattern of play. There you go. Yeah.
No pattern of play, apparently.
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
That was a pattern of play.
I'm just saying what Flex said. I'm just saying Flex said it, not me.
Consistently.
Yeah. Well, he should have stayed on side for that goal. And
yeah. So
even with the goal he scored, I said he was greedy, because at the time when the ball first came to him, if he just knocked it off to Greenwood was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Yeah, and if he had missed after he'd done all that skill, if he'd missed, oh my God.
We would have got a 0 from you.
I'd have smashed my TV. All I was saying to him, pass the ball.
Okay. So a 5 there and a 6. Sander, what are you going with?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 5. The reason why I thought it was Greenwood, because we were talking about the offside, and I think that was when he was offside, wasn't it, Rashford?
First half one.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I still can't remember the other one. Oh, Christ. Anyway, but yeah, so for me, it was poor today. I agree with everything what you guys have said, but I just reiterate all that. I like the way he started to take people on a little bit more. We hadn't seen that from Rashford since his injury, as you said. And then, the goal was fantastic. I actually thought he should have taken it. It was right. The fact that he took it on his left was a risky, but I can't criticise it. The guy scored. So at the end of the day, fair enough. But 5 from me. Okay.
Junior, let's go with Martial. Quiet day at the office for him.
He had no service. He seemed isolated up front by himself. 3. He just couldn't get into the game. It's not his fault he's getting a 3. He just couldn't get in the game. We didn't have the ball long enough to make anything happen, and he was battling against 3 centre backs on his own.
Yeah,
I get a 3 for me.
Cam.
Yeah, I give him a 3 as well. I think there are quite a few times when he's picked up the ball, tried to dribble past 3 players when he could have just released it early. And yeah, I know if you're playing as a striker, you've not had any service, you want to get some touches, obviously, but he should have released the ball, and I just don't think he had a very good day. So 3.
Yeah, it's a difficult day for Martial's second game in a row now where he's struggled to try to kind of get into it. I'm not getting worried, but I need him to have a good game soon. I've
got him in my fantasy team, mate. I really need him to have a game.
Yeah, so do I. And you know what? My friends, all our non-United friends will go, I tell you, that's what I tell you about him. You can't bank on him, mate. You can't bank on him, He's in my fantasy team, and I'm thinking, no, I'm not thinking about an early transfer. I'm not. No, let me not say it, because they're gonna say, you're not backing your players, even though it's fantasy league. Sander, what are you giving him?
Yeah, I was like, earlier I was thinking, can't wait till we get to Martial to see what people say, because none of us have talked about him, really, have we? So I was interested to see what people say, and I picked in my head, before we started, I said 3 to me, and it's funny you guys said the exact same thing. I think, Junior, I disagree with you slightly in the sense that, I agree with you, he didn't get much service, but a lot of the time, I think some of the times it was his fault, where the fact that he got a 3, because he got the ball, and I think he did it against Palace a couple of times as well. He'd dribble with it, and he would sort of make the wrong decision, or he'd lose it, or his pass would go a little bit wayward, something like that, So I agree he was isolated, but I think he contributed to his own downfall a little bit at times as well.
Okay, so 3 across the board there. Mason Greenwood, Cam.
I don't think he really got into the game. I give him a 4. I think he was okay. Got into some nice positions, but he's not a natural winger, and this is why we just so desperately need to bring in Jadon Sancho, because what we get from Sancho is we get a player who, against teams that we can counter-attack against, he's got the pace to go around people, he can take players on, but when it's against a deep block, he's creative, he can dribble past people, he can go past, take a player on, get around them and create chances. He's pretty much perfect for all scenarios, and he's a proper right winger. That's why we need him so much, and we saw it today. Greenwood is a striker. He should be in the box. He needs to be playing a lot narrower, a lot closer to Martial, so he's actually getting the chances in and around the 6-yard box, really. And when he's stuck out so wide, yeah, he's okay. He's strong. He's fairly quick, but he's not a proper winger. He's not going to be able to beat the player every time. His strength is in the box, and he didn't really get enough of the ball in those positions today, so I'd probably give him a 4.
And when he did, he scored? But he got disallowed?
Yeah, true. It was a nice finish, but yeah, give him a 4, I think, because, yeah.
Okay. So that's the starting 11 done. We'll just quickly finish the subs before we round off the player ratings. Fred was brought on, Junior.
5. We seem to be more. The ball moved a lot faster through the midfield to the forward line. We seemed a bit more dangerous on the counter when Fred came on. And I think he plays better with Matic anyway.
See, Junior's gone a bit fuzzy there, but
it looks like he's underwater.
Yeah, he's proper fuzzy. I don't know if it's his internet connection's gone a bit funny, but he's there. You can hear.
What you don't realise is he's got Mario Kart on in the background, using up all the bandwidth.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll let you guys all finish your say on that. So what are you giving him 5? What did you say? What are you saying, Cam?
To be honest, I think Junior's right. The ball did move quicker, and I think there's really no case for Pogba to play next week, to be honest. He's not been good so far until he's fully fit. Fred's moving the ball better. Van der Beek's looking better. So, I think a 5 for Fred's fair enough, but maybe he should well be looking to play Fred against Tottenham next week.
Instead of Pogba?
Yep. I wouldn't play
instead of Van der Beek?
That's the one I don't know, because I think what will happen is Van der Beek will get the whole game against in the cup.
Brighton.
Yeah, so I'd like to see Van der Beek playing in the 10 role, Bruno playing a bit deeper maybe, or just a combination of those two and Matic. But if that doesn't happen, then Fred over Pogba, because Pogba's in form, and there's no point playing him when he's not in form.
And Van der Beek is an offensive midfielder. I think we can see that. He has the intelligence probably to play a bit deeper and look after the ball a bit, but he's not an out-and-out defensive midfielder. And the way
he reminds me of Lampard.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Lampard, the way he plays, the way he drifts into the box, doesn't it?
Exactly. He's good at them third-man runs. He's good at arriving late in the box. He's good in and around the box, good touch, uses the ball well. And I think the way that Solskjaer's used him so far gives us all the indication as to what type of player.
I think you could bring what I was saying was I think you could bring Bruno back slightly and then play Van der Beek in a slightly more advanced position.
Xander, what are you going to give Fred? Flat 5, are you going to?
Yeah, man. What was not on long. Do you know what I mean? 5, man. Yeah.
Was that the only sub we made? No.
No. Bailly came on.
And Van der Beek. That's basically.
And Van der Beek. Flat 5s.
Yeah, I think
5.
Bailly, to be fair, made a really nice acrobatic block just after he came on. But it was
with the header. That man.
Yeah.
That was quite nice. Good to watch. Classic Bailly back.
Then he tried to play one ball forward into someone's, and he just gave it straight away.
There was a moment where one of their I haven't actually seen it back, but one of their players went down in the middle of the pitch off the ball, and the commentator went. Oh, I think he had an altercation there with Eric Bailly. Looked like an accident. No, I thought there's no way it's an accident. I know Eric Bailly. There's no way that's an accident. He's done it on purpose. Whatever he's done, I didn't see it. He did it on purpose.
100%. Okay, and to finish off, guys, we've got to do Solskjaer's rating out of 10. As we know, Junior, we'll start with you. What are you giving Ole out of 10? First win of the season. First win of the season. Get some KG spirit inside you. All right then. I'm going to give him a 4. A 4. It was terrible. We deserved to lose. We should have lost. Come on. If we be honest with ourselves, we should have lost. Brighton should have wiped the floor with us, man. I'll give it a 4. A 4. And he's only getting a 4 because we won. Otherwise, I'd give him a 1. It was terrible.
To be fair, he's got a point there because I'm a huge Ole fan, but he's got a point. If we didn't nick it in the last moment there, think about the scores that Ole would be getting. Do you know what I mean? This
is what I try and say to KG about looking at the context of what it is. Yeah, you can celebrate the win, but when you do this kind of thing, when you look at the deeper rooted issue of what happened in the game, it's important to do that. So, a 4 there. What are you giving him, Cam?
I'm giving him a 3. I think. In the same way I've criticised Wan-Bissaka for not learning from his past mistakes at the back post, same thing from Ole. You saw last week Pogba wasn't fit. He was useless. Why play him again? You saw Lindelof wasn't great last time. Why not just play Bailly? And it's just the same things over and over again. And again, there's no pattern, no plan for progressing the ball forward. We didn't move from defence to attack very well when they were set up deep. So it's just the same problems stemming from the coach again. So I think a 3 is probably the best he can get for me.
Wow, good, amazing stuff here. Xander, 2 3s there. Oh no, a 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
5 for me. Not great. And I think there's a lot to improve on. But listen, we got to win at the end of the day. Scored 3 goals. The second one was a fantastic goal. It really was. And so. Yeah, I can't. I've got an agenda, man. That's what it is. I can't let it go. I can't criticize him that much in a rating. So 5.
Okay, fair enough. It'd be interesting to see what happens.
I just love him, man. I'm sorry, guys. I just love him. What am I supposed to do?
I want him to do well. I want him to do well. But I think he needs the help around him. I don't want him to.
It's like loving your girlfriend but telling her she looks really ugly on a date. Like, what you suppose? You can't do that.
Why not?
Yeah, but listen, look, we all love Ole. We all want Ole to do well. There's nothing more. I want Ole to be better than Klopp. I want Ole to be better than Pep. I want him to wipe the floor with all of them, out-tactic all the managers and be the best.
He did last season.
I want him to be that. Yeah, I want him to be that. He did do well in them games. Not against Klopp, against Pep. He did.
Yeah. You should have beat Liverpool in the first game. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but that is true. But you can love you just like you're saying your girlfriend. But when you truly love someone, if you actually love someone,
you've got to be honest in it.
You tell them the things they're doing wrong. You tell them how they can improve. You stand by their side and help them become a better person. Yeah. You don't just go, oh well, your dinners have been shit, babe. But lie and say they've been great. You're gonna say, listen, I don't know, maybe you can just leave the meeting a little bit longer. That might get clipped. That was a mad.
Right. Well, you
But you know what I mean.
I'll leave you to keep talking about keeping meats in longer. I'll talk about football.
Yeah, it's not even. We're nowhere near Watershed. It's flipping quarter to 6. With the task 25 past 5. Get out of it. That's the player ratings done, guys. Ollie scores a massive 3/5. Man of the match. Who's our man of the match? Shout out.
Who was
Anyone.
it? Matic.
Bruno. I'm going Bruno.
The woodwork.
KG said woodwork. Cam says
Bruno. No, Bruno.
Bruno.
That's what I'm going, Bruno.
Mix it up a bit.
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw's another one. Yeah, there you go. Mixed opinions across the board. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Big yourself up for watching, and we will see you guys again against Brighton midweek. Peace.